What's up, party people? Android Stud here, and look what I got. Pixel 3? No, it is the Pocophone running the Pixel 3 ROM. That's right, we're going to experience the Pixel 3 ROM in this video. Let's do it. Alright, so I installed the Pixel 3 Experience on this Pocophone. As we all know, the Pocophone has that Snapdragon 845 processor, 6 gigabytes of RAM, and I installed this ROM here from a developer. His name is JEnrique09 on XDA. I'll leave a link down in the description for this ROM. Now, to install this ROM, you have to have an unlocked bootloader. You also have to install a recovery from TWRP, TWRP. I'll leave some links down below on how to do that. Good friend of mine, Munchy, he shows you how to unlock the bootloader, also how to install TWRP, and then you can install this ROM on your Pocophone. Now, this runs pretty darn good. Everything works: Bluetooth, fingerprint reader, mobile data, everything. The only two things that don't work is the IR camera for face unlock and hotspot right now. But everything else works, including the Google camera is working along with night sight. So we'll talk about that here in a little bit. But now this has that notch. Now you can get rid of the notch in here in the settings. If you go up here into settings, you go down to developer options, I believe it is, and you got to go to something called display cutout. It's here somewhere. You got to kind of roll through the menu here. It's pretty far. What I do is I just search notch and it'll pop out. Now you can get rid of the notch. There's two options. There's the default, which is the notch, and then you can do hide the notch. So you would be rocking it like this with no notch. So kind of looks like a Pixel 3 now, not the Pixel 3 XL. So if you want it to look like the Pixel 3, you get rid of the notch. If you want it to look like the Pixel 3 XL, then you put the notch back, and you can get your notch life going. But display cutout and the developer options menu will allow you to get rid of the notch if you want to get rid of it. Next, the phone dialer is the Google one. So you get your voicemail, contacts, all that good stuff. You're good to go as far as having everything loaded and ready to go. Google Messages is the Google Messages app. So it's pretty much no Xiaomi software on here. Xiaomi software on here. It is purely a Google experience. You also get on here, you get the wallpapers. So if you go into wallpapers here, you get all the Google love here, and there's some great wallpapers in here, including all the live ones. So if you want to, experience all these cool looking, like I've always liked the tropical one here. You got the little boat going down the shore there. It's really, really cool. So if you want to install those, you can. So it comes with all the Google wallpapers, which is great. I talked about the face unlock with the IR camera does not work. So you're going to have to skip that because Xiaomi hasn't released the source code on that. If they do, then it will be working. Now, one of the things I like is you have the battery. You have a little more, some more settings here for the battery. You have a battery manager that kind of just manages your apps, help you to improve your battery life. This is the same settings that the Pixel 3 has, so it has a lot of different battery settings here. It also has the adaptive brightness, so that you can save on battery life, just like on the Pixel phones. You can set that, and I don't really mess with it because I like to have my phone bright, so I don't really mess with it. So I keep mine at like 80%. I like to have my phones really, really bright when it comes to my display. Now there's a couple other settings in the advanced menu for the, here you have tap to wake, so you can wake it up. You also have device theme. Now going through this, it works sometimes. Like when I picked the dark theme, it would work for the app drawer, like you see there, but the actual settings, it would not go dark. So I think they still have to work out some kinks when it comes to the dark theme. So I just put it back on the regular white or light. That way everything's back to normal. I don't mind the white, but dark is the way to go if you want to save on battery. They have another setting in here that's called digital well-being, which is kind of cool. That's kind of like tells you, you know, what you're using and that kind of thing, so that you're not overusing any kind of app or anything like that. So what else on here that's pretty cool? Now, you know, with Android Pie you get them gestures. So if you go in here into settings, and I always search for my settings, you know, I don't know all these menus by heart, man. I just go into screen, system, and then gestures. And then if you want to do it, you just pick that option, swipe on home button, and you'll be able to get all those. So the way it works, it's Android Pie, so you have the gesture navigation. So if you swipe up, you get your recents right there. And then if you want to go back and forth, you can between your apps, you know, or if you want to, it's just different things like that. You could also hold down on it, get rid of it, swipe it out, that kind of thing. I mean, if you're familiar with the gestures on Android Pie, then you're familiar with the gestures on here. If you swipe up and then swipe some more, you get your app drawer. So it's just different ways of doing a gesture. I like the Xiaomi gestures best, but Android Pie is not bad. I like the OnePlus ones too. iPhones are pretty good too. So it's just depending on what you really like on the phone. Now, the camera works great. You have to flash a fix on here, and I'll leave it down below. When you install this ROM, you're gonna have to flash a fix for the camera so that it works perfect for night sight and all that good stuff. Like you got night sight mode in here. So this works really good. I'm gonna try out some photos later, but there's some other people that have done some videos on the night sight on the Pocophone, and it works really good. But the Google camera is working full-fledged, 100% portrait camera. Even the front-facing camera is working good. Get a shot of me here in the building, what's going on with the lights in the back. But that's it, man. That's basically it. Like I said, Bluetooth works. But it's a pretty good ROM. I like it. You get a full Android, stock Android experience on your phone. And look, for 350 bucks, you basically have a Pixel 3 or Pixel 3 XL. Now, it doesn't have the sexy glass back, doesn't have wireless charging, but you're saving some money and you can rock and roll. Now, this ROM is still a beta. It still has a way to go, but a lot of things are working on it that are working pretty good. So I have no issues with it as far as you know, performance. It's running pretty rock solid. I'm doing my Twitter, I'm doing my thing. I have no issues as far as anything like that. Now, as far as YouTube playing videos, it does full screen on here. If you want to check out my man Tech Ninja's video.
Stunning photo. The camera is the best that I've used on any phone by far. And the video isn't too shabby either. Although the video does have some audio recording issues where the audio sounds flat.
So you see that he's talking about the Pixel 3 XL, and you see how the video goes full on the notch. The other cool thing is it has the feature where if you want to rotate your screen, if you go like that, it gives you a little icon here on the top right. You push that and it moves it to landscape. So you can go from portrait to landscape just in one shot just by pushing that little button. You can also set it to auto if you want to do that, but that's one of the features that Android Pie has. Also has a volume slider here on the sides, so if you want to control it, you could do it right here. You could also do a lot of other things there if you like with the Pocophone with the Pixel 3 ROM. Your notifications are there, looking real nice, doing what you need to do. Tana Does Tech, what's up? Shout out to you, bro. Simply Your Device is in the building. But yeah, man, if you want a stock experience, this ROM is pretty darn good. It's not perfect, it's still got some bugs, but it's pretty nice. That'll do it, man. I'm Android Stud here with the Pocophone on the Pixel 3 Experience ROM. Check it out. I'll leave all the links down below. You got any questions, leave a comment down below. Like this video, hit a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to the channel, you want to know what's going on with the Pocophone and other devices, I'm your man. I'm the Stud. Follow me on Twitter at Android Stud, also on Instagram. And I'll catch you guys later. That is the Pixel 3 Experience ROM on the Pocophone.